Hi everybody, welcome to Model Trains. Today we're looking at a new release by DAPOL. It's a box wagon, or technically a fruit van, weathered with the Del Monte brand on it, running number one. Now I don't normally do wagons as a review, but I thought I would do this one because Del Monte has got a lot of interesting history, and a lot of people would know this brand, and it would be interesting to have a look at this model in terms of this is the weathered version that you can buy. You can buy a non-weathered or a weathered version. I don't have the non-weathered to compare, but I know in the past when I have picked up weathered versions, they've been pretty good. So let's open it up. Okay, so it's in a protective sort of clamshell arrangement, and we'll just lift this out. There we go. Okay, so here's the model itself. Now the weathering is quite good. You can see it runs basically halfway up the model, generally speaking. They've used an airbrush to apply this, but I think it's okay in terms of grime and stuff. I think it's all right. Underneath it says DAPOL Limited, made in Wales. I think it's just inside Wales, by the way, in case you were wondering. But it's between the border of England and Wales, but it's on the Welsh side. But the application, I'm just looking at the logo itself. It's very nice, very detailed, authentic looking. So yeah, let's have a look at some detail shots. So what are the origins of the Del Monte brand? Let's have a look back in history. Del Monte was a large resort hotel in Monte, California. From its opening in 1880 until 1942, it was one of the finest luxury hotels in North America. During World War II, it was closed and the building was leased to the United States Navy. Later, the Hotel Del Monte became the Naval Postgraduate School. Charles Crocker, one of California's Big Four railway tycoons, established the resort through Southern Pacific Railroad's property division and opened the first hotel on June 3rd, 1880. It was the first true resort complex in the United States, and it was an immediate success. Nearby along Monterey Bay was a railroad depot named Del Monte, which served patrons arriving by train. It was thought by a local newspaper of the day that the Del Monte Hotel would be too far to travel from San Francisco, but they were proved wrong. In its first 6 weeks of opening, the hotel turned away over 3,500 bookings due to being overbooked. In 1889, a train route was set up named Del Monte, which was a passenger train operated by the Southern Pacific Railroad between San Francisco and Monterey, California. The luxury hotel property included gardens, parkland, polo grounds, a racetrack, golf course, and even a Roman plunge pool. In the 1920s, the hotel property would become known as Pebble Beach, an unincorporated resort community in the world-famous Pebble Beach golf links, which opened on February 22nd, 1919. The hotel became popular with the wealthy and influential of the day. The guests included Theodore Roosevelt, Ernest Hemingway, Bob Hope, as well as many early Hollywood stars. Del Monte's brand's humble beginnings began in 1886, when in the 1880s an Oakland, California foods distributor used the Del Monte name to market a premium blend of coffee that had been specially prepared for the hotel. In 2014, Del Monte Food Incorporated was acquired by the Philippines Campos Group owned Del Monte Pacific Limited in an acquisition deal that cost $1.67 billion. Okay, so we've got the Del Monte Wagon now on the track, and just for a change, I've taken out a LNER Ginty, serial number, running number 8477. I'll just bring her into shot now. This was one I picked up in 2023 that was a mint example. And at the other inner track is its, I suppose you would call it its sister locomotive. Again, same running number, and that one was produced a couple of years or so after the matte finish. Okay, so what do we have on the rake? So here we have, in fact, let me just run this back a little bit so you can see. Okay, so these are all DAPOL wagons, and they are all the weathered variety. So this is an opportunity for you to see three of fairly recent releases. This would be the older one. This came out about 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, and released now at Del Monte. So you can see that the level of weathering is different, but this is, you don't specify the level of weathering. You can either have it weathered or not unweathered, and this is the levels that we're looking at, which I think personally I'm happy with. It's good. I would say that the Del Monte logo is a little bit overshadowed, if I use that phrase, with the amount of weathering on here. Very difficult to see it if the lighting is not too great. Anyway, let's give her a couple of laps of the track. So that's a quick review of the DAPOL Del Monte box van, and I certainly had a lot of enjoyment looking back in the origins of the Del Monte branding, and I learned a lot. It's something that, although I knew the brand, I had no idea of the history and how far back it went, where it had relation to railroads and luxury hotels, and also a connection to golf. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I hope you did too. So these wagons are on general release at the moment, and it's one of those things where you should uh, get it before it's gone, I suppose, if you're looking to get one. So the standard wagon in pristine condition is £10.58, and the weathered version is a little bit more, £11.60 for the weathered version. And you had an opportunity to see other weathered DAPOL wagons in this review. But I do like the wagon. I think it looks very, very nice, and glad I added this to my collection. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to share your comments. They do generate interesting dialogue. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.